Succession after Muhammad's death. Muhammad united the tribes of Arabia into a single Arab-Muslim religious polity in the last years of his life. He established a new unified Arabian peninsula, which led to the Rashidun and Umayyad caliphates and the rapid expansion of Muslim power over the next century. With Muhammad's death in 632 CE, disagreement broke out among his followers over deciding his successor. Muhammad's prominent companion Umar ibn al-Khattab nominated Abu Bakr, Muhammad's friend and collaborator. With additional support, Abu Bakr was confirmed as the first caliph, religious successor to Muhammad, that same year. This choice was disputed by some of Muhammad's companions, who held that Ali ibn Abi Talib, his cousin and son-in-law, had been designated the successor by Muhammad at Ghadir Qum. Ali was Muhammad's first cousin and closest living male relative, as well as his son-in-law, having married Muhammad's daughter Fatima. Ali would eventually become the fourth Sunni caliph. These disagreements over Muhammad's true successor led to a major split in Islam between what became the Sunni and Shi'a denominations, a division that still holds to this day. Sunni Muslims believe and confirm that Abu Bakr was chosen by the community and that this was the proper procedure. Sunnis further argue that a caliph should ideally be chosen by election or community consensus. Shi'a Muslims believe that just as God alone appoints a prophet, only God has the prerogative to appoint the successor to his prophet. They believe God chose Ali to be Muhammad's successor and the first caliph of Islam. Rise of the caliphates. After Muhammad's death, many Arabian tribes rejected Islam or withheld the alms tax established by Muhammad. Many tribes claimed that they had submitted to Muhammad and that with Muhammad's death, their allegiance had ended. Caliph Abu Bakr insisted that they had not just submitted to a leader, but joined the Islamic community of Ummah. To retain the cohesion of the Islamic State, Abu Bakr divided his Muslim army to force the Arabian tribes into submission. After a series of successful campaigns, Abu Bakr's general Khalid ibn Walid defeated a competing prophet, and the Arabian Peninsula was united under the Caliphate in Medina. Once the rebellions had been quelled, Abu Bakr began a war of conquest. In just a few short decades, his campaigns led to one of the largest empires in history. Muslim armies conquered most of Arabia by 633, followed by North Africa, Mesopotamia, and Persia, significantly shaping the history of the world through the spread of Islam. Rashidun Caliphate, 632 to 661. Abu Bakr nominated Umar as his successor on his deathbed. Umar ibn Khattab, the second caliph, was killed by a Persian named Piruz Nahavandi. Umar's successor, Uthman ibn Affan, was elected by a council of electors, Majlis. Uthman was killed by members of a disaffected group. Ali then took control, but was not universally accepted as caliph by the governors of Egypt and later by some of his own guard. He faced two major rebellions and was assassinated by Abdul al-Rahman, a Kharijite. Ali's tumultuous rule lasted only 5 years. This period is known as the Fitna, or the First Islamic Civil War. The followers of Ali later became the Shi'a minority sect of Islam, which rejects the legitimacy of the first three caliphs. The followers of all four Rashidun caliphs, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, and Ali, became the majority Sunni sect. Under the Rashidun, each region, sultanate, of the caliphate had its own governor, Sultan. Muawiyah, a relative of Uthman and governor, Wali, of Syria, became one of Ali's challengers, and after Ali's assassination managed to overcome the other claimants to the caliphate. Muawiyah transformed the caliphate into a hereditary office, thus founding the Umayyad dynasty. In areas that were previously under Sassanid Persian or Byzantine rule, the caliphs lowered taxes, provided greater local autonomy to their delegated governors, granted greater religious freedom for Jews and some indigenous Christians, and brought peace to peoples demoralized and disaffected by the casualties and heavy taxation that resulted from the decades of Byzantine-Persian warfare.